Hello guys, and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about joining the British Army and my tips on phase 1 training. I have done a video on this before, but it's quite old now. A lot of you might not have seen it, so I thought I'd redo it, change it up so slightly, and then yeah, hopefully you find it very useful. But before we start, thank you to all the subscribers, and thank you if you're new to the channel and this is your first video, thanks for clicking on it. And I'm wearing the new Tactical Warriors tee in Sport Grey, so if you want to use Craig 10, head over to Tactical Warrior Apparel and you can get it there for a 10% discount. But let's get into it then. So what you need to do then is you've joined the army, you've passed the assessment centre. Okay, so remember when you rock up to assessment centre, it's like an interview. So rock up smart, be polite, listen to what people say, do as you're told, okay, and put all your effort into the tests, and you won't have any problems. Remembering now that it's the mid-thigh pull, the med ball throw, and now a beat test instead of a 2-kilometre run until this whole COVID-19 situation calms down. And then I don't even think you're doing command tasks and things like that now, so it is a lot shorter. Just remember, be smart, listen to what they're telling you to do, be polite, but give it your 100%, okay, and just be yourself, and you'll have no dramas with your assessment centre. What I want to do is advice and tips on phase 1 training. So when you rock up to phase 1 training, then that first day is just like another interview. So rock up in a suit, get yourself a suit. You have to rock up in a suit, and I'm sure it says on the join instructions when you get them that you need to rock up in a suit. Also, I don't know what it says now, but when I joined it said rock up with short hair, back and sides, okay? So neat and tidy. When I was an instructor at phase 1, people were rocking up with all sorts of crazy hairstyles. Yes, it's going to get shaved off within the first few days, but like I said, this is an interview, so it's listening. You're showing that you can pay attention and listen to instructions, and that you're willing to look smart. You know in the British Army you have short hair, so rock up on the first day into in a suit with short hair, okay, looking smart. Be polite and listen in. It's going to be very fast paced, okay, but listen in to the instructors. They're there for a reason, they know what they're going on about. No need to answer back. Yes, it's a lot fast paced and you don't get much downtime, but rock up on the first day, listen to them, get measured up for your kit, okay, and then you can move on. So rocking up on the first day as well, make sure you have everything on the kit list. It's there for a reason, you need it. A little bit extra, rock up with a little bit of money. I reckon about £50 to £100, okay, anything between that should do, but definitely helps if you rock up with a little bit of money. Make sure you rock up with a decent iron. If you don't like ironing, just start liking it, because you're going to be doing a lot of it, so it definitely helps if you have a decent iron. I would go out and buy yourself a really decent head torch. My head torch has just piled in actually, so I've got a spare, but I need to get another spare. But that's lasted me from training. So yeah, you can get them when you get to the PRI, or they do these like sort of grab bags with loads of little bits of exercise kit. You can get in twisters, bungees, pegs, head torches. They do them in there, but I really recommend before you rock up, just go and spend a bit of money on a decent head torch if you can, okay? If you can't, you can't, and you can get it once you're in the army, but definitely decent head torch and a decent iron. You're going to need a couple of boot brushes, okay, on and off brush. You will need brown polish. That's on the kit list, but some instructors, when I was an instructor, I prefer dark tan. A lot of them might prefer the lighter tan brown. So you could wait till you arrive to get the shoe polish. They will take you to the shop to get it, so there's no need to rush for that. Also on the kit list, when it says just bring a couple of civvies, okay, you do not need a bag or suitcase full of clothes. Just make sure you got enough underwear, some civvy socks, because you all get issued military socks, some civvy sports kit, your suit obviously that you're going to rock up in, and then just one smart casual set of clothes is all you need. You do not need anything else, okay? You start bringing loads of jeans, shorts, t-shirts, right, it's just going to go to waste. It's just going to sit there in your cage. You don't need that. But rock up in a suit with a fresh haircut, everything that's on the kit list, decent iron, decent head torch, some boot brush. If you want to get some twisters and that before you can, green bungees, some decent pegs. If you want to rock up with some of that as well, then you can. And going through training, I mentioned this in the last video, the instructors are not your friends. They're not there to be pally-pally with you, but they're not there to be horrible. They're there to get the best out of you and turn you from civilian to soldier. So there's no need to call them mate, and I highly recommend that you do not call them mate. They're not your mate, they're your instructor, and like I said, they're there to get you from civilian to soldier, and they've got to cram a lot of information into the space of training. It's very busy, so just don't mess them about and just listen to what they've got to say. Next one, once again this is from a previous video but needs to be brought up again, is personal hygiene. You need to be all over it, and you need to be disciplined and be all on top of your admin and hygiene, because if you can't do it in camp, how are you going to do it when you're out on exercise or operations? So every morning wake up, have a shower and a shave. For all the lads or young boys like I was when I joined and you didn't need to shave, still have a shave every morning. It's a bit of discipline in its routine, and have that shower. Have that shower after PT. Sometimes you might only get 5 minutes to get 40 of you through like 4 showers. Have a shower, have some sort of wash, don't be a grot bag and not shower. Just get in, even if you buddy each other, one soap, one shower, one rinse, whatever. That didn't make sense. So yeah, one rinse, one soap, one weight, rotate through, come up with some sort of system like we did, get through a shower, don't be disgusting. Personal hygiene is a really big thing, okay? Clean your feet, especially after you've been on exercise and you've had your boots and socks on for days. Alright, get in, really scrub your feet down, your armpits and all those sorts of areas. So personal hygiene, definitely one. Going through training then, like I said, there's a lot of information crammed into a short period, short space of time. The instructors are going to be throwing a lot of information at you, so always have a notebook and pen on you. Write as much information down as possible, and this is most probably the biggest tip I can give you, is ask questions. I remember when I was in training at times, I was afraid to ask questions, and I wish I wasn't. You know, no such thing as a stupid question. There most probably is at times, but right there and then, if you have a question and it's about the lesson that they're teaching, and they say, are there any questions, don't sit there and shy away, because I guarantee you there's loads of other people in that room that are thinking the same thing as you, but they don't want to ask the question either. So don't be that person. Ask questions. If you don't understand, ask questions. If you feel a little bit shy after the lesson, go and speak to your instructor privately, ask the question, he can then answer the question, and then what he could do is say, someone come up to me earlier on with this question, some of you might not have understood, and go and give the answer to the rest of the section or platoon. But please ask questions, don't be afraid to ask questions, especially when it goes, like, all the lessons are important. When you're doing skill at arms, all your weapon lessons in the first 4 weeks, okay, if you do not understand anything and it comes to your weapon handling test and you go, oh, I don't understand that, you've had 4 weeks prior to ask those questions to clear it up. Same when it comes to mat reading, you know, it's a big one. A lot of people struggle with mat reading. Just ask questions. It can be quite difficult for people who are new to it. So ask many questions on that. BCDT, so your first aid, all your CBRN and stuff like that. I cannot tell you how important it is to ask questions. So please make sure you do that. Okay, next tips then. You will be having locker inspections. So you'll have room inspections, locker inspections. They're obviously going to check your bathrooms, your sinks, your toilets. Make sure it's clean, make sure you iron all your kit and your lockers, make sure it looks smart, make sure the locker is laid out exactly how the instructor shows you. Once you're all done, this is my tip. Once you've done your block jobs as a section, because that's what they're called, your block jobs, your platoon will split it down, because you'll have like utility room and cages that need cleaning as well. Once your section think everything is done, one person or all of you go to the entrance of the room, look at the room and look for the smallest minute details, okay? Just look at the room and go, will they definitely be happy this? Because yeah, it's all good, you go clean and then you look around. If you actually go to the room as if you're walking in and look at everything, you know, it should help. You go, right, is this happy? Would he be happy with this? Is there a little bit of dust hiding behind that? Look behind everything, on top of everything. When you're doing your lockers and you've got your webbing in your top shelf, take your webbing out, dust that every night, make sure there's no dust in there. Just remember, everything has to be symmetrical, all has to be the same. So your shower curtains all have to look the same, your curtains in your room all have to look the same, all your lockers have to look the same. So if someone's good at doing a locker layout, so getting the sleeves on your shirts and your smocks, he goes around every locker in that section and he does the sleeves for your shirts and your smocks and your jumpers. Say someone's really good at the folding, or there's two of you that's really good at the folding, you go around all the lockers and you check everyone's folding. If it's not up to scratch, buddy system, help each other out, do the folding for them, redo it. If someone's really good at ironing, buddy do the ironing for them while they do your folding. Help each other out. If someone's good at something, use their strength to help someone's weakness, because they all have a strength that you will need. Okay, no one's perfect at everything. People have weaknesses and people have strengths. It's all about working as a section, working as a team and helping each other out. So please just make sure you do that. Going later on into training then, you will get weekends where on a Saturday afternoon you get to go out. Do not drink, it's not worth it. You might hear the rule like, you know, the crime's getting caught. Trust me, it's not worth getting caught. Just please do not drink. If you do go out, just behave. Don't go buying loads of stupid stuff like people do, because once again, just go in a bag in a cage and you won't be able to use it until you leave training. So it's not worth spending all your money on crap you're not going to use. When you go home for the long weekend, enjoy it. Have loads of drinks then, obviously if you're over 18, but on the Saturdays, if you do get loud in the afternoon, it's just not worth drinking. But the long weekend, obviously you're at home, you do whatever you want. Obviously, apart from drugs, don't do drugs. And then when you're back Sunday, ready to start on Monday. Later on then, like when it comes to about the long weekend, you have drill, and then throughout you'll have your drill tests. Okay, this is once again, come to the buddy system. So when you get on parade, help each other out. Just look in front of them and look them up and down from head to toe, once again at every minute detail. Okay, help each other out. I remember when I was an instructor, people just go on parade and you can tell you haven't looked at each other. You've looked at yourself. There's mirrors at pretty much every entrance to all the blocks. There's mirrors all around your corridors. Look in the mirror, get downstairs, and then get the person next to you or behind you to look at you up and down, and then you do the same for them. Because all that's going to happen is you come along an inspection and you're going to get caught, and then you don't want to get caught. So help each other out. It's all about working as a team. Okay, you know, being in the army, it's not about being an individual. It's about working as a team, working as a section, working as a platoon to get the best out of each other. So when it comes to things like drill, especially because you need to look on point. Okay, when you're in your drill kit, you will get inspected before every lesson. Just help each other out and look each other up and down. Same on the first praise in the morning. You will more than likely get inspected. Once again, buddy system. Look each other up and down, have your twisters in, have all your kit ironed the night before, good to go. You know, if you know you've got PT the next day, make sure your PT kit is on, because you're going to get inspected on PT as well. Be dressed exactly how your instructors tell you to. Well, coming on to the exercises then, this is most probably the last few tips that I've got then. When it comes to exercise, spend time when you're in the room before you deploy, practicing packing your kit away like the instructor teaches you. Because when it comes to being out in the field and you're in your shell scrape and you need to pack your kit, and you're in a rush, you're cold, you're wet, or you're hot and you're sweaty, you're tired, a little bit fed up, right? You're not going to pack it as well as you did in your room if you've not had practice. Trust me, this is where people let themselves down. You normally deploy on a Sunday or a Monday. Spend the weekend packing your kit. Make sure you know where everything goes, where it is. Okay, if it's dark, you need to know what pocket that's in, what pouch that is in, so you can get it out without having to turn a light on. If you're getting up before sunlight, you need to know exactly how to pack your kit, where everything goes, pretty much in the dark. So just practice packing and unpacking your kit. Make sure things are all taped up. If you've got any loose straps on your day sack, your Bergen, your helmets, anywhere, tape it up with green tape, make it look smart so they're not flapping about, they're not going to hurt anyone, they're not going to get caught, right? And if you look smart, then more than likely you're going to be pretty much good at your job, or at least the enemy are going to look at you and go, yeah, they look on point. So little things like that. Right, this is the biggest one for exercise. So many people do it, and if you do it, stop now. Do not wear headovers, woolly hats, any sort of warm hat under your helmet. Stop it right now. If you're that person, okay, and you're already in training and you do that, stop it. Or if you're just in the army, stop it. If you're joining the army, don't do it. And if you do it, just don't let your instructor catch you. It's just horrendous. You don't do it. Your helmet will keep your head warm. If your ears are a little bit cold, you'll mostly warm up when you start patrolling, doing section attacks, and then when you stop and you take your helmet off and you do a bit of downtime, then you can put your warm hat on. Just don't do it. It's horrendous. It's not what you do. But please use, obviously, your warm hats, your Gore-Tex, all your warm kit in and around when it is cold and wet and you're sitting around. Obviously you don't need any of that on when you're patrolling, but when you do stop, just put that on. But yeah, just for exercise, make sure your kit's squared, listen to your instructors, do it as what they say. Practice unpacking and packing your kit so you know how to do it when you're wet and cold, and just don't wear any warm hats underneath your helmets. You just need to be quick on exercise. You need to get up in the morning, you need to get your kit packed away as quick as possible, but you know, you get woke up for a rally, right, and you're going to have about 10 to 15 minutes to get everything packed away. You don't need that long, you can do it in 5. You've got to pack about 3 things away. It's not hard, just practice and you'll be fine in the morning, and you won't have any problems with it. But just listen to your instructors. Once again, if you have any questions, just ask them, and they'll be more than happy to help you. The last thing I want to talk to you about then is fitness. Don't worry about it too much. If you've passed, obviously you would have passed your assessment centre, so that means you're at the basic level of fitness that you need to be for the army. So don't worry if you're not fit enough, because you passed the basic level of tests, so you are fit enough, otherwise they wouldn't have accepted you. But don't pass assessment centre and then let yourself go and stop training because you think, oh, I've passed them in the army now. You need to continue to training, and hopefully that will improve your fitness anyway. And you don't need to worry, because when you rock up, PTIs, the physical training instructors, will get you to where you need to be, right? That's what they're there for. They will teach you how to tab. If you have dramas running, they will help you if you run it. Trouble doing press-ups, they will help you with your press-ups. Once again, ask them for help. But my biggest tip is just please do not worry about the fitness, but make sure you turn up fit, right? Don't pass the assessment centre and just stop training. Make sure you continue to train after the assessment centre, and you'll have no problems at all, trust me. It's people pass the assessment and they stop training. Right, continue to run, continue to practice your pull-ups, practice your press-ups, get out, do sprints, get out on the hills and stuff like that, and you'll have no problems at all. But that's the last thing I wanted to talk about. I hope you've enjoyed the video, hope you found it useful and beneficial. Comment below with what your thoughts are. Like I said, I'm always on Instagram, so send us a message on Instagram. Use code Craig10 at checkout if you want a Tactical Warrior apparel t-shirt. Thanks again for listening. Click the subscription button, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really helps the channel, and I will see you in future videos. Cheers.